Have you ever noticed that the loudest person in the room is not always the most powerful? Sometimes it's the quiet one, the one who doesn't react, doesn't rush, doesn't explain. That makes people the most uneasy. If you really want to master confidence, control, and even intimidation, you must understand the hidden power of silence. Think about it. In a world where everyone is talking, posting, reacting instantly, the one who chooses to stay calm, quiet, and composed immediately stands out. Because silence is not weakness, silence is strategy. Imagine you're in an argument. One person is shouting, explaining, defending. The other person, they just sit back, look straight, and say nothing. Who looks stronger? The one shouting looks desperate. The one silent looks powerful. This is why in debates, in negotiations, in confrontations, the calm and quiet person often wins. Because silence puts pressure on others. They start doubting themselves. They start filling the silence with their own insecurity. Take an example from anime. Think of Levi from Attack on Titan. He doesn't waste words. His silence is enough to intimidate even the strongest enemies. Why? Because silence shows control. Every time you explain yourself unnecessarily, you're giving away your power. Confident people don't justify every action, every decision, every feeling. They let their actions speak. Think of Itachi Uchiha from Naruto. He rarely explained his choices. Even when people hated him, insulted him, misunderstood him, he stayed silent. Because he knew truth reveals itself with time. That silence made him one of the most feared and respected characters. When you stop explaining yourself to everyone, people start respecting you more. Because mystery creates power. We live in a fast world. Someone insults you, you reply instantly. Someone provokes you, you react immediately. But quick reactions often create regret. The secret weapon, silence. Take a pause, breathe, decide if it's even worth reacting. This is what separates strong people from weak ones. Strong people know not every action deserves a reaction. Sometimes the best answer is no answer at all. Look at Gohan from Dragon Ball Z. When people underestimated him, he didn't scream, he didn't argue, he trained, he waited. And when the right moment came, his silence turned into explosive power. That's how silence works. It builds strength inside, while the world wastes energy outside. Tell me honestly, who scares you more? The person who tells you every detail of what they're thinking, or the one who says nothing, but just looks at you calmly? Exactly, the quiet one. Because silence makes people wonder, what are they thinking? What are they planning? Why aren't they reacting? That mystery makes people respect you, or even fear you. Silence is not emptiness, silence is suspense. Do you know why silence intimidates people? Because most people are uncomfortable with it. In silence, their own insecurities get louder. Their doubts echo, their guilt rises. When you don't react, you're forcing them to face themselves. And nothing is scarier than that. Think of villains in movies. The most terrifying ones aren't the ones who shout all the time. It's the ones who speak little, who let silence build the tension, who look you in the eye and say almost nothing. That's intimidation. But let's be clear. Silence is not about running away. It's not about weakness. It's about control. When you practice silence, you're training your mind to stay calm in chaos. Imagine someone insults you. If you stay silent, you've just proven they can't control your emotions. That's real power. Imagine losing something important, a job, a relationship, an opportunity. If you stay calm, stay silent, and refocus, you've shown the world you cannot be broken. That's intimidation at the highest level. Now the question is, when should you use silence? In arguments, to stop wasting energy. In negotiations, to make the other side nervous. In relationships, to show you won't beg for respect. In life, to save your energy for the battles that actually matter. Remember this, silence is not empty. Silence is full of answers. Of course, silence doesn't mean doing nothing. You cannot win life by being silent forever. The trick is balance. Be silent when emotions are high. Be silent when explaining yourself is useless. Be silent when others want to provoke you. But when it's time to act, act with full force. That's why silence works best when combined with decisive action. So, the next time you feel like shouting, explaining, defending, stop. Ask yourself, will my silence be stronger than my words right now? Most of the time, the answer will be yes, because silence is not weakness. Silence is control. Silence is power, and silence is the ultimate form of intimidation.